nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Houston Cougars and the Colorado Buffaloes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Thanks, guys. The Cougars head coach told me he feels his team is finally playing the kind of football they expected coming into the season, especially with this win streak that has pushed them into the top 10. But he knows that can be fleeting. He said, I believe if we keep executing and playing the kind of football we're capable of, the sky is the limit for this team this season, and the guys are finally starting to believe it. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. He'll bring it out. It's Coleman Williams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Colorado Buffaloes offense onto the field for the first possession of the game. And here comes Julian Lewis. Last time out, a solid day in a victory, throwing for more than 200 yards and a couple of scores. They'll move the wide receiver. Left side is Atkins. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Lewis got his man.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and then he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run. The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Lewis to throw. Out wide right, it's Moore. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. He'll try to get to the marker himself. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback in an option offense when you got so many things you have to be accountable for, and then you got to take care of the football, right? When you do make the decision to run, right or wrong, it's your decision. Now you got to wrap that thing up. You can't fumble the football there.
From the gun, it's Hughes. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
Yeah, you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a 1st and goal. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Houston.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their 2nd drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
Caught by Williams on the left. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Bunch formation for these receivers. Hits inside. It's Young. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Here's Lewis to throw. Fires to the wideout. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple weeks.
Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Tough to give up those penalty yards in that situation. Now it's just 3rd and 6. He's got him in the flat. He's wrestled down right at the 35. Job by the defense to stop that conversion attempt. 4th down coming. And the Buffaloes line up to punt it away. On the return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Running inside, it's Hughes. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Wegman. Rush right in his face. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. Looking for room, it's Hughes. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. All right, guys, let's talk Houston. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Defense has to stay out of that neutral zone. It's 2nd and 5. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Lets it fly on the move. Pulls it in on the left. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The throw. Caught. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line. In the red area, it's Young. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Hand off again. Great work to make the play in the backfield, and it puts them right back where they started this series. It's 3rd and 10. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Breaks into the open. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Burrowing for yardage. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the 1st quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Got some green grass. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. This Houston offense about to snap it on 1st down again. That's caught. It's Young. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. New set of downs after the completion. Back to throw. It's Wigman. Escapes the pressure going right. 1st down and more. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Oh, pressure's coming. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. The Cougars, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Turns upfield. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice,
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field.
Snags it, and he's open. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches. He'll bring it out. It's Perry. And the returner will be dragged down. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Makes the quick grab. Could not make his way to the corner.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Throwing, Lewis. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
man, a quarterback. Ball hard too, and I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route you want to get it to your receiver quickly, but when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Third down from the gun, Lewis. He'll pull it down and run. Gets it out to the 20. That's not enough for the first down. Fourth down coming. The Buffaloes will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Searching for space. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Houston offense once again. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Cougars just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Off play action on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Houston has it with a first and goal. To the air, it's Wegman. He caught it.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting him tackled to the ground.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's third and goal from the 1. They'll try to pass their way in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
You just simply can't. Enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And he made the extra point without problem. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. On the move at the 30. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this, this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
What a great response by this defense. You give up the big play. What do? You respond right back. You get upfield, get to the quarterback, get the negative play, and get the momentum right back.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence. It's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
It's Lewis again. Right side, it's Young. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
Under pressure. Out wide left, it's Atkins. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll line this one up from 53 yards out and try to bang it through. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
How about it? 50 plus, no problem. big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Moving the pocket, it's Wigman. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He's got it! And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Rashad Downs going up top. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Left side is Young. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Houston wants to play fast. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires to the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Man, you know, you always look back in games at single plays that turn the tide. And with this defense now trailing by 2 possessions, if they could have just caught the ball and gotten that pick, that potentially changes everything in this game. That was a missed opportunity.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We start with UL Monroe taking on the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. And it's the Warhawks sneaking out of here with an upset victory. Gonna have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet. But brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. And now back to your game in Boulder. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a wrecking crew. taken a big part in this halftime lead.
And the Buffaloes will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Houston offense out and ready to go. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Wegman. Look out! Hit as he throws. Zips it out to his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Out wide left, it's Young. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Really nice time to go RPO there by the offense. 3rd and short. You might run the football. You got to fake that, certainly, and it freezes the defense just a split second enough for the QB to spit that thing out to the perimeter to make the catch and get the first down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Makes the catch. It's Walker. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. The Cougars go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Here comes the heat. A strike downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Sees a crease. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense. Like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that.
Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal now for Houston as they try to get it in. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. And the punishment has been extended.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Quick give. It's Young. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Motion from the wide receiver. Lewis. Got it behind the line. It's Danzy. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. 3rd and long right here. On the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Hauls it in. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Buffaloes will have it 1st and 10. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
They'll move the tight end. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Here's Lewis to throw. Rush is on. Oh, it's a fumble. Offense scoops it up and still going. Oh, what a move to get room. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. The Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. And the Buffaloes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Tough run here. It's Young. All over him immediately. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis finds his man. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Throwing, Lewis. He's got it on the move. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a gap. It's Young. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. The give. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
They knocked through the extra point, but they still trail 31-13. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Coming out with it, it's Drake. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to pass. It's Wigman. Incomplete. A 50-50 ball won by no one that time. Second and long here. Straight ahead, it's Hughes. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. How about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, man, I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
Houston will be forced to punt. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Coverage unit all over him, stopped immediately. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Hits the hole, it's Young. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. With this game in hand, let's take a look at the scoreboard from the top 12 teams in the country. And at this point in the season, these guys have done exactly what they wanted to do and strengthen their position. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. That penalty's the last thing this defense needed. Now it's 2nd and 4. Got it. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Lewis. Makes the grab. It's Moore. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Lewis wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Lewis. On the run, fires downfield. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And the Buffaloes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Keeps it himself. Quarterback keep. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's Lewis to throw. They'll run the screen. Could not make his way to the corner. It's a field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. He'll take a shot. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense. Offense in a bunch formation. The run inside. It's Hughes. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Left side is Young. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the 1st down. They just keep throwing him the ball, this time on the slant.
No doubt, and you've seen it with the slant. You've seen other routes. Every route he's running, he's good. He seems to be open, so I'm going to continue to pick at this matchup every chance I get.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Wegman. This one's complete. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. The Cougars go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Sells the run, wants to pass. Holds on, it's Walker. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. And the route is on. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1. And he makes the extra point. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He'll pull it down. Oh, he didn't get past the marker before starting his slide, and now it's 4th down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab. It's Moore. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off. Tight end now in motion. Throwing. Lewis. Over the middle, it's Williams. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. And the Buffaloes look to keep this drive humming. Lewis on the play action. Got him downfield. And he's got plenty for the 1st down, and now they'll have a chance to get their thoughts together coming out of a 2-minute timeout. Sells the run, looking to pass. Out wide right, it's Welch. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. The Buffaloes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air again, Lewis. Got the back over the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The completion picked up 6 yards on 1st down, now 2nd and 4. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. 3rd and long coming up. On the gun on third down, Lewis. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bucks. Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown, and that's exactly what happened.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And listen, it's getting late in the game. It's in the fourth quarter, and they got to make something happen when you're down by this much. But I'll tell you what, this onside kick went like the defense and the offense is gone for this day. It's just underwhelming, not successful, just been a bad day.
Back to throw, it's Wigman. Pulls it in. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, it's Hughes. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. This time they'll throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Young. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Houston going up tempo. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Lewis. They're all over him. And they got him. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Second down to the air. Here's a throw downfield late. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Rush right in his face. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. And the Buffaloes send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the done.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.